I have no intro for this video. Welcome back to Cinemagasm. It's Monday, so we're just going to roll right into it. We talked for like 5 minutes before this. I'll pick something to throw up. Welcome back. We got box office numbers. Bradley Cooper wants to do Hangover 4. Tim Allen and Tom Hanks have been contacted for Toy Story 5. We got John Hamm, who's contemplating joining the MCU, which what actor wouldn't at this point? But anyway, you just tell me you want one movie and then move on. But we got stories. Let's get into stories. Can we get into Bradley Cooper's news about a potential Hangover 4 that they're on board if anyone wants to do it?
Yeah,
pretty much.
Say something real quick? I went from not liking that guy from years ago to hearing a couple interviews, including one on Smartless.
Yeah, he seems like a
having
dude.
a totally different perspective on that guy.
Yeah.
And the fact that this reaffirms how he's like down to earth and he's like, I'm happy to do whatever got me to the dance again. So like, of course I'll do Hangover 4.
Right.
The guys want to do Hangover 4.
If they want to do it, which I don't see why
and
they
at this
wouldn't.
Point, if you're doing more movies after the last one's not well received, I mean, Hunger Games did it.
Hunger Games did it. Did we need the ballad of Hung and Over?
Scream didn't end great when they tried to bring it back, but then they were like, let's bring it back again.
Oh, we got Scream news to get into later also.
Yeah,
Hangover 4. I'm excited. The third one, wasn't really well received,
so
right?
That,
yeah, I'd totally be okay with that.
I want rated R comedy, so I'm fine with that.
I want good rated R comedies.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Not female Joyride, which is female Hangover, Well,
and I don't even care if they're female heavy, like hard feelings. I was watching a little bit of that again on Netflix because it was on
the Jennifer Lawrence movie.
It's a funny movie.
It's really funny. Yeah.
It's a funny movie, and that's a girl empowered movie, and it's funny. It's weird, right?
Yeah, especially when she's naked fighting on the beach. That was very female empowering.
That's an insane scene.
Yeah.
I can't believe that happened still.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not like announced or anything, but he's just like, yeah, I'd do it.
I think I love universes that were established a long time ago. I don't like the ones now that are trying to piggyback on
I think
the Marvel
one
stuff.
of them needs kids in the fourth one and like struggling with that or some
midlife
shit.
crisis stuff. And now they got to go out and hey, remember like 20 years ago when we went to Vegas and we all got, let's do that again. And that's fun. Like American Pie did that. Like with American like reunion and all that. Like they came back later.
Maybe it's like one of their kids is 21 now and they're taking him to Vegas or whatever,
in the movie.
And then they prank him by putting his bed on the roof, and then it's just the first one again.
Is that Warner Brothers? Who is that? It's like, just hold on tight. We'll write the movie. That's all you got to do.
Just do it long.
Do a Star Wars.
Just do 20 years later. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter.
You do a J.J. Abrams. That's all you got to do. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to like create a new 10-minute start.
It's just the cast of Stranger Things,
original.
And they're all like young Hangover guys.
Do an A-B plot where they're both stranded, like the kids, and it intersects at the end of the movie where like the kids and the dads come together to save one of them.
That'd be awesome.
We're writing the
that'd
movie.
be awesome. Yeah, you could definitely do
people
like
watch
20
this
years
and probably
back.
go, oh my god, they are writers. They can't help it every time anything
what
happens.
if they had kids and they're turning 21 and they got to take their kids to Vegas and then they do basically Hangover, but it's with children now who are 21 and it's the first time they're drinking ever. Yeah. Other movies that got like kind of soft announced: Tom Hanks and I almost said Tim Robinson for some reason. I don't know who that is. But Tim Allen, star of hit new show on Disney Plus, season 2 of the Santa Clauses.
We gotta get into that.
Which in a recent episode they give him a watch, which turns him into just Tim Allen, so he doesn't have to wear the Santa Claus.
I know we're gonna like eventually maybe do. I want to get into that.
We are. I'm watching it. We're doing
I'm watching it too, but I want to get into a little bit of that. But yeah, go on. I'm sorry.
So Toy Story 5. They've been contacted, I guess, or like have been. A letter got slipped under a door in a trailer.
I think they're leaking
set.
it because they've been talking about doing 5 for a little bit. That got announced at the little Disney thing a year or two ago when they announced Inside Out 2. And
we talked about
2.
this once or twice. So we're just moving. We're one step closer, I think. I think the conversation is 5 too much, and it's like, well, if you didn't throw away everything in 4, it wouldn't be.
We need 5 to fix 4 now.
We need 5 to fix 4, but what is 5 gonna be about if Woody just leaves? Are they we got to get back
to go get Woody. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be some stupid thing, either that or like you said before,
Bo Peep's
Andy's kid
a dom
is going to find
fucking Woody's just under duress. I I don't know how else they would make the movie if they don't do it like that.
I think Andy's kid maybe finds Woody in the woods.
You'd
maybe
have to show him at like there's probably still at the carnival, right? So it's like who's the bad guy again? There, it'd have to be like Bo or something, or like somebody is not who they seem.
Bo and Woody are hanging out, living their
obviously not what I said,
living their best life.
Yeah,
maybe like Andy happens to take his now kid to that carnival because it's like maybe it's like there every year.
That's like,
and then it's a Disney movie though. I mean, like there's no other option at that point. You're right, unless we're going that Bo Peep's a Dom route, and I don't think Disney's gonna that.
Not that, but like a bad guy. Like
I know what you're saying.
Like maybe it's like Woody like goes with her, but maybe she's not like didn't have the right intentions. I don't know because it's like it can't be the little Susie doll or whatever again, and they'd have to show the carnival shit again. And it's like we did that, so it's like, and Forky, are we gonna do that?
Are they gonna do Toy
care?
Story 5? But it's gonna be a prequel, so really it's gonna be like Toy Story before Toy Story 1, and give us like a backstory.
Just do that. Just do that.
Just do that.
Just do that.
I don't know
that one. What he said. Then you can't do new toys though. That's the only problem.
That's true. You can, but it'll be ones that get to die at the end because they're going to die.
Cannon fodder.
Because that's what it's going to be. Or you just never see them again because, then that just builds up for Toy Story 6, so we don't want that. And as they come back to be rescued. Or
is it just new toys, new kid, new whole jazz,
I don't know. I wonder how you do that.
Well, I guess Tom Hanks and Tim Allen have been contacted, so obviously they would not be Buzz and Woody, right?
Right, but you could still do, I don't know. You're right.
Just make the fucking Buzz Lightyear Star Command show that somehow
they killed Buzz Lightyear by doing the terrible movie.
4 years is still not on Disney Plus, which I don't know how because it's the best.
I think they lit that all on fire when the movie did bad.
I know because that ruined any chance of that show being on Disney Plus, and that show freaking rules.
Which that's the other baggage.
Just make a new season.
Toy Story
of that.
5 has. It has to be so
Lightyear.
good that it makes you go.
That's what you do. Chris Evans is now a toy, and he's new Buzz. And Bonnie wants
that'll be.
new
But people
Buzz.
will see that as like Disney, like except.
You have to do a reference where like Chris Evans is new Buzz for like half a second. They're like, we're not doing that.
Oh yeah, no, yep, nope.
Any movie that gives us Keanu as Duke Kaboom again.
I do need Duke Kaboom.
I'm all in. Yeah. So
if it's just Woody, Buzz, and Duke Kaboom on a mission, then I'm back in.
Fuck all that other noise.
Yeah, I don't need anything else. Maybe bring Key and Peele as the Duck and Bunny, right?
Yeah, they were fun.
We could bring them, and we'll put them together.
They were fun. But Key and Peele aren't really like they're not like the duo anymore. They're like each doing their own thing now. So it's like.
Well, that was the big deal when they came back to do Toy Story because they were like, they're back to Toy Story.
Yeah. So that's Toy Story 5, Hangover 4. What's the other news? There was like another soft kind of announcement, maybe. Scream. I guess we can talk about Scream.
Yeah, we can talk about Scream. We gotta be careful with how we address.
I have not seen any of the Scream movies, so I have no authority. I'm just commenting on what happened in the stories.
But I'm saying for what happened. There's a lot of.
Not good. Someone got detached, right?
Right. Well,
someone's rope got cut from the series, right?
I can't remember her name. Yes, because if you comment on what's going on in the war stuff right now, which because we're trying to be entertainment, we don't want to do that because we don't want to be demonetized.
That's right.
If you give your opinion on either side, you're screwed, and I shouldn't even say that. She said something
in the movie studios. No.
Now, again, I would love to get into it, but we're not going to get into it because we can't get into it because that's how bad our masters are at YouTube.
We're just purely talking about the franchise. How this affects the movies.
Right. So she's gone. Now, Jenna Ortega is also out.
She walked, right?
She wanted out of her contract to do Wednesday season 2, which is funny because she didn't want to even do Wednesday initially.
Because she's like, I just want to do Scream.
But I think she's using
that as like
an excuse
out.
because of them firing her. So
nice, I would. Yeah, it's a chance.
And it sounds like everybody's out. So they're going to have to reboot Scream after all the success the last 2 movies have had.
I was going to say, Scream, that's like January horror movie, right? Yeah, they put it out early in the year, and then it's like,
I finished. Stop. Wrap it up. You guys, they got lucky. They tried to bring it back. It didn't work. They brought it back again, and somehow they struck gold. And they made a sequel that made even more money.
Screforum. Which was the reboot? Which was the comeback?
4 was the original after like forever, after 3. And then that didn't work. And then like 10 more years went by, and they're like, let's do it again with 5. Ugh. But that was huge. And then 6 was bigger. But that's it. We don't need... How many Screams do we need?
7, I guess.
I think it's too many. It's too much.
Yeah, I know people are huge fans of the Scream franchise. Again, I've not seen any of the movies. I get it. I get the horror. I get the camp. I get it.
I do have a better movie that was announced.
Oh yeah,
literally
Just now?
A couple days ago that we missed during Thanksgiving.
Okay.
A lot of things got like slid in quietly during Thanksgiving
Which is
week.
so weird. It's like everybody's like eating their mashed potato and they like flip the table to go to their laptops to post it on their blog too. Shit!
This one is actually interesting. I'm kind of semi-excited about this. So Sony announced that they were doing a Karate Kid movie, right? A couple years ago.
Oh yeah, that's the other one. Yeah.
Right? So they said. So
I want to talk about this.
No one knew what universe it was going to be in. The creators of Cobra Kai are like, we have no idea.
Because there's
no one contacted us because there are two universes.
Jaden Smith world
There's
with
that
Jackie
one,
Chan,
the
right?
Jackie Chan one, but they only made the one.
Only made the one.
And then you have everything else with the Ralph Macchio stuff,
Which
includes
Cobra Kai
and when Hilary Swank was next Karate Kid.
Karate Kid 4.
Which was like the
next
fourth one.
Karate Kid,
right.
Yeah.
So, but they were like explicitly trying to say initially that they were two different universes, and that's not the same thing. We're not going to get Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio crossovers because they're not the same thing until...
I honestly forgot Jackie Chan was in that movie until we started talking about this.
And you're like,
I'm like,
oh,
Jackie Chan joins the Karate Kid franchise. That's pretty cool. And then they're like, no, he was actually in a movie with Jaden Smith.
So now what they've decided they're going to do is tie them together and make that all the same universe, which is fine.
Cool.
It's a little sus because that movie basically was a remake of the original Karate Kid. So to say all of that transpired again exactly the same way is a little weird.
China or just on the other side of the world.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're doing. So that's what the unannounced Karate Kid movie is going to be. Is they're blending the movies together and they're.
But is that gonna? Did they forget about Cobra Kai?
No, because I think it's gonna be like the end result of that. I think it's gonna continue into movie.
Oh, are they gonna have to fight Jaden Smith? Is Zolo Maranduena gonna have to fight Jaden Smith in the final tournament? And Jackie Chan is like the coach for Jaden Smith and Ralph Macchio coach.
They're saying with
Steve Zabka is.
It's a
I don't know how I know all these actors' names.
It's really weird that you do. It is a Karate Kid franchise movie. They're searching for the new Karate Kid. It comes out next December.
There's a new Karate Kid.
They're looking for the next Karate Kid, which makes sense.
Isn't that one of the Cobra Kai? There's like 18 new Karate Kids.
Well, those kids are probably all done.
Probably
after 5, 10, 6 years on
You'd
a
have
series.
to put them in the movie, though.
I'm sure they'll be in the movie, but they're not going to be Karate Kid. Because what's his name's Blue Beetle now? Right? He's not.
I can't.
I'm not going backwards.
I can't be Karate Kid and Blue Beetle. That's absurd. Are you crazy?
Yeah. Oh wow, that's really funny. Ralph Macchio. They put a video out, and one of the.
Yeah, they're like it's like the Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, Deadpool 3 promo.
One of the quotes though is, "So let's wax on, wax off everybody." But it's worded like "let's wax off everybody." You know what I mean? Macchio said at the end of the trailer, quoting the famed Karate Kid. Yeah, but you should. It didn't. Okay.
But it probably didn't land, and he probably said it exactly like you did.
The director. It'll be directed by Jonathan Entwistle. Entwistle. Am I reading that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Entwistle.
It's fusing
That's
two.
the name of one of the Lord of the Rings characters, also.
It's fusing the universes together in this film. They're saying it's going to bring them together.
I didn't know you needed to fuse those universes together.
Which means it will be a sequel to Cobra Kai. So that means you have to bring Johnny Lawrence in then, right? You have
That's
to.
What I mean.
You have
Zabka,
to.
Yeah. Yeah. So it like has to be a Johnny Lawrence fucking. And what happens?
He'll be the funny.
What happens? And we don't know what
two.
happens to Kreese or Silvers yet at the end of Cobra Kai. So it's like they could be bad guy.
See,
and then Jaden Smith and Zolo Maranduena got to team up to fight. Maybe new Karate Kid is bad Karate Kid, huh?
I was gonna
Get a
say
load of that.
This is actually good timing. The strike ends. Cobra Kai production got paused. That gave them a time to probably flesh out a sequel to Cobra Kai, an actual better ending. And I bet you now they're going to fix the ending
because that's
going to lead into the movie.
Some breathing room. Yeah.
If that's coming out next Christmas, that means Cobra Kai will probably come out in the summer.
And end with the movie.
End with a setup for the movie, which actually is awesome.
I think Cobra Kai can do that. I think Karate Kid can totally lead a fan base to go to the movies.
Bad idea. Yeah. Okay.
Like I think almost better than maybe Marvel could.
Better than DC for sure.
Better than DC. Well, TV to movies. It's like Secret Invasion didn't bring viewers onto Marvel's. Like Cobra Kai will bring in viewers to the new Karate Kid movie.
I got what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
No, you're right.
It's like if Cobra Kai has been that bridge for the past few years, and that was a YouTube Red show.
That was when I refused, and you refused to even want to watch. And then my kid twisted my arm, and I'm like, "Holy shit, this is so good!"
I'm like, oh fuck, it's
like
cheesy.
cheese, but it's like Velveeta. Nom, 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 nom. You know what I mean? It is. It's like, what am I eating? But it doesn't matter. Just eat it. Close your eyes and eat it.
Baked Gouda. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's so good. So good. So we got the Hammeister. John Hamm wants to join the MCU. I don't know what interview.
Why hasn't it happened yet?
I don't know what interview did he say this in.
I don't know.
Who like hunted John Hamm down and was like, "Do you want to be a superhero?"
I wonder if he's just dropping it now. Like, someone give me the role because I really want the.
Maybe because everybody's getting announced for roles right now. I mean, like the Pedro Pascal thing, everybody thinks is a rumor, but it's true. Yeah, I mean, well, like Disney or like him hasn't come out and said like it's official. Here's the contract that I signed, you know, and so people are like, I'll wait till I see it, and it's like
We have a couple actually pretty decent sources in all seriousness, but that's happened. The Pedro thing's happened. The Mads Mikkelsen thing is not happening.
No.
And it looks like they're going after Cillian Murphy.
That would make more sense.
And I think as Dr. Doom, we've said that before. We casted this already.
Yeah.
We said that 3 months ago.
It's like when Shadow is Keanu Reeves eventually in Sonic movie. Yeah, that's all us. Yeah.
We were right about Jack Black. Like some certain things you got to, it's pretty obvious.
Yep.
But anyway. So yeah, that's from Dateline, where he said it in an interview at Dateline.
They just asked him like, "Do you want to be in the
There's some
MCU?"
Screen Rant.
Okay.
He was doing a Screen Rant podcast.
That makes more sense because they are pop culture.
Yeah, they asked him about joining, and he basically said, "Quote: The decision get made at a higher level at this point, above my pay grade, but I would love to. I've been a big fan of Marvel comics and comics in general since I was probably single digits."
So there you go.
There are a ton of stories that I'm familiar with.
He wants to be Spider-Man. It's a Spider-Ham.
He specifically called out his favorite 2 properties, which are
Nova,
X-Men,
okay,
and the Fantastic Four.
Okay. So Thing is definitely what we're, I think, swinging for.
But I think they already. Well, they haven't officially announced the casting for Sting.
It's too late for that.
But
Sting.
Sting. Yeah.
Let's read. Johnny Storm,
his favorite villain,
Invisible Woman,
Hello.
and Sting, and the Sting.
I'm here to rock. Okay.
I'm in the Fantastic Four. Don't know how I fucking ended up here.
Thanks, Bane. Okay. He specifically name-checked villain Doom as his favorite.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be a good Doom. I mean,
I actually think he would nail a Doom.
He's too corpo,
but he's too funny.
Yeah,
like the Doom would come across.
I think
too sarcastic.
He'd be a good Minotaur or Roxxon. I don't know if you want to do a quick Google on that guy. They showed in Loki season 1 in episode 2 when they go to the Roxxon cart mall where it's all like storming or whatever. Like it's a big corporation thing, and then he turns into a Minotaur for some reason. I don't know, but he's a very he's a suit. He's basically like Don Draper.
Okay. So you're typecasting him.
Yeah.
Type, sir.
Do the thing.
I need the John.
Actually, he's the bad guy in Baby Driver, and he's fucking
That's what I'm saying.
off the rails.
I think kill it as a Dr. Doom because he'd be kind of funny, kind of like people are shitting on him, that kind of Dr. Doom, until he finally snaps.
Yeah.
And now he's like, I'm killing all of you. I'm ripping your arms off.
He's like a bad Iron Man, which is basically Dr. Doom.
Okay.
So I'd fucking totally take him as Dr. Doom, but I think we can't keep fan casting Dr. Doom, you know what I mean? Because I think Cillian Murphy's perfect for that.
No, he's right. No, you're right.
Yeah.
No, he's perfect.
John Hamm joining. I want Spider-Ham, the pig, and then Spider-Ham. It's just no powers. John Hamm in a Spider-Man suit. No powers, though.
What hasn't been done, though, real quick? What's coming in? We got
Nova.
X-Men coming in.
The other Nova.
He could do it, man.
Like a hat. He's too old for a Havoc, an older
if
Scott.
he could do a Russian accent, he could be an older Colossus.
But I think they're bringing in
But
Deadpool Colossus, which is perfect.
Yeah, it's already good. I don't know though with his.
He'd be a good Beast, but if Kelsey Grammer's Beast,
already basically
that's okay.
Let rip. That came out last week. He's coming back.
Smart. That's like X-Men. Mr. Fantastic is Beast, basically.
That's
he's
true.
like the scientist or whatever. But
we need him.
As an X-Men character, they're all too young, and everybody who's coming in to play characters are already maybe casted. I don't know.
Yeah,
he's too old to be an X-Men.
He couldn't really voice Quicksilver or Silver Surfer. I mean, because he's
no.
because that wouldn't look right.
No.
It would not.
Silver Surfer needs to be like, they just need to get a text-to-speech bot and then...
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then, like, it would be really funny if Silver Surfer opens his mouth and it's a John Hamm, like, hey, guys.
John Hamm's older now, so it's like
Yes.
you gotta cast up.
I know, I'm
you know?
trying to think.
Like Nova wouldn't work. You can't cast him as like a space guy. He'd have to be like a on the ground, boots on the
They should
ground.
have cast him as, like Red Hulk, like a... Jennifer,
Thunderbolt.
like a
He's
junior,
too young for. Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
like the son.
I could see that. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be wasted though.
You're right. Damn,
We need
that
him as a
sucks.
good-
We gotta figure. Maybe
He
that's why
wouldn't
they
fit.
haven't-
Yeah.
That's why I haven't called him yet. We haven't got it yet. We're
They're like,
trying
we
to
don't
figure it out.
We don't know. Who do you want? And he's like Doom, and they're like, no.
He would have made a great Hulk too. 10 years ago.
Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ruffalo.
Ruffalo's great, but I mean, like,
Especially where we got with Mark Ruffalo.
True.
You know,
You're
yeah.
Right. You're right.
Yeah, just put him as fucking Don Draper Minotaur guy, basically.
I don't hate
I think
that.
that's the perfect. We haven't gotten him yet, you know.
I'd cast him in for your Nova show.
For my Nova
John
show
Hamm.
that I'm writing, yeah. I would
take John
totally
Hamm.
take John Hamm, yeah. Wish and Napoleon came out this past weekend.
Oh boy.
Those are our two big movies. There was like a what is it? Saltburn. There was like a like drama movie that came out or something, and then
like a couple limited,
like a Christmas horror thing. Like Silent Night was in theaters or Violent Night or whatever it's called. Like was in theaters for a little bit, and now it's back this week or something. But
yeah, they've done a lot of. They're really trying to.
I don't know.
The box office because
Wish and Napoleon, they're flooding it, and I don't know why movies didn't come out 2 months ago instead of flooding this week with 5 releases, but I don't know. Anyway, Wish and Napoleon, we have not seen Napoleon yet. I can admit to that. That's a commitment, though.
that's
So-
one that we are gonna go. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
a 2 hours and 48
It's
minutes.
as long as Hunger Games. It's the same length as Hunger Games. Yeah.
But at least I like the world of Hunger Games.
Yeah, but it was like
I
an
know we
IP
sound
I
like a
could
bunch
get
of
on board
dummies.
with.
Like I like pop culture movies. You know what I mean? But
Give me superhero movies.
let me be real with you. Joaquin Phoenix is a
He's
acquired
hit
taste,
or miss,
right?
for sure.
Right?
Yep.
Some of
Yep.
his movies amazing. Some of his movies not amazing. So, in
Great
Napoleon,
great actor in all of them. Just
No,
some
he's
of
a
the
great
movies
actor,
are hit or miss. Yeah. Yeah.
and Ridley Scott has kind of been a dick through the whole promotion of this thing.
I don't think I like Ridley Scott. I think I just like the Alien movies.
Yeah,
You know
what he does is good, but you don't have to like the artist, just the art.
Yeah, just the art. Yeah.
But he makes you kind of go, God, you're a dick. You know, like, do I want to go watch this movie?
Yeah, like Oppenheimer seemed like everyone had like I mean, even though it was like a fucking nightmare of a movie to watch, you know, I think everybody had a good time on set regardless, you know. It's
True.
like this one is like, I don't know if you can get any feel good out of a Napoleon movie. You know
Right,
what I mean?
and I know like you'll say, oh, that's not necessarily the point, but like you're following a biopic of I guess he's revered, I guess, but not well liked, and you know he was basically a little emperor narcissist dude
Yeah.
who tried to take everything. I don't know. You know,
I
I,
don't
mean, I
know.
know the history.
Yeah.
I'm like, obviously we're not a history channel. I'm just saying like. I can't. It doesn't. To me, I don't know. I get that Apple's doing this. Like, we don't care if we lose money right now because we just want a bunch of movies.
We just
and have
won an
credibility,
Oscar,
right?
Yeah, we want awards for the movies we make.
But it just
so,
seems like whatever subject, right?
yeah, it's like pick a thing, make a drama
Guess
about
he
it,
was
cast an
interesting.
A-list actor, you know, and then like I don't
Like,
know,
you
make a
could've done-
3-hour. Just do an Oppenheimer. It says
Pick
it's
someone
like
else. Yeah.
yeah, they like commissioned an Oppenheimer.
That's what
Like
it
pick a
felt like.
character, pick a historical figure, and then do an Oppenheimer. You know, and we
Right.
haven't seen the movie, but it's just like it kind of feels like that's what they're trying to generate.
It does
like
feel like
the
that.
same like buzz. Like you're right, it's a biopic with some embellishments for movie sake.
Right. But
Right.
about a guy that isn't well revered, you know, isn't well liked. He might be infamous, but he's not like a hero that we need to go, let's see why he was such a dick.
Yeah.
Like,
I
let's
got
take a deep dive into his dickness.
the thing is like I appreciate like historical movies and like and
do.
biopics and stuff, but it's like you know, it's like if I wanted to learn that, I'd go open a textbook or something, you know,
like,
or
give me
like
a Julius Caesar if we're doing that route.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. Just start picking horrible
different.
historical figures
Yeah,
and just make movies on them. I'd be okay with that. Hey, it might be the best thing ever. It might be the biggest pile of crap ever. We have not seen
We will
it,
have a
so
review coming though. But
I'll
you're right.
reserve judgment. But that's my kind of general opinion. It did not do well in the box office, did it?
it did better than expected. Actually.
Oh, did it now?
It
But
did.
not
Not-
the
but not-
projection.
no, that doesn't mean it did great. It cost $200 million.
Sure.
Which
yeah. Same as Wish, by the way.
Same
cost
as Wish.
Cost the same amount of money as Wish.
Which I want to get into something real quick. The number one movie this weekend was Hunger Games.
Hunger
again.
Games. People.
And it came out
Yeah.
that they cut a huge finance deal to write a huge cost of the movie off. So the actual out the door expense of this movie now, it was not 200,
130.
100.
Wow. Hot
So
damn.
from last week, all the doom and gloom because it came in like 10 million under what they thought. And
That's
is it,
what
it's
we had originally predicted on was the 100 million, right? And that's why we were like maybe more over on it because like
I can't remember
I
now.
think
but
early projections came in at 100 and then something came out where it's like no, it costs way more, and then they're like no,
we have a tax write-off.
It's a tax
and-
write-off.
and all these
So
things.
boom, yeah, 100 million for that movie is actually
It's
pretty
already
good.
at 98 million domestically.
Damn.
It
Okay.
only dropped 35% for the 3-day.
That kind of sucks for all the varieties and Hollywood reporters who were like, the biggest flop in Hunger Games history.
Yeah, and now it's going to leg it out.
Yeah. Now it's going to leg it out and actually make money. Yeah. So, which is hard to do nowadays, I guess, because every movie costs $300 million.
100 million though for an almost 3-hour epic,
It's pretty solid. That back half, it cost nothing.
which I got to
cost
comment.
nothing.
It didn't. You're right. My 17-year-old daughter, and I like to throw her in because she's younger than both of us, obviously. So we like to
Yep.
we like to hear the other opinion of the younger people, and
Yep.
she loves that movie. And I guess all her
Really?
friends love that movie. And That's all
Okay.
they talk about, and how perfect it is, like to the book. So
Okay.
we gave it an okay review. Check it out.
But
But
hey, I like the first two
the
acts
word
way
of mouth
better. So.
is
Wow.
better than we thought.
Wow. Did that
saying
overshadow
adult, but-
Wish then?
I think a lot of things did. I read a couple things. We'll get into that. Number 2 was Napoleon,
Wow.
which did 20 million over the 3-day and 32.5 over the 5-day.
Wow. Okay. So I
So
think
it's
we
about
were
on par.
I think it was good
from
for
what
the
the
3-day was
projections.
right, but then the 5, damn, 32.
a little
huh?
higher. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Which sounds great. Again, cost 200 million.
I've been trying to get seats in the local theater. It's mostly full every time I looked over the weekend. It was the IMAX showings were pretty packed. I was like, okay. All right.
I would go see it for that.
Even like 8:00 p.m. showings of Napoleon were like
Damn, okay.
had like 20, 30 people in there. Like I'm like, damn.
I know the fart smellers that heard us poop on Napoleon and the historical and all that initially and said this guy can't be taken
Last
seriously.
time
Look
on
at that guy's
CTS,
hair.
and it's just you.
But I will say, Ridley Scott, I do like his cinematic, the way his movies look.
Yes. Yeah, dude
And I
can
would
make a
go
movie.
see it in an IMAX. So you're right. There is that aspect of it. Seeing like people who like war movies, seeing it in an IMAX would be great. So I did.
Yeah,
that's
I'll definitely
So
go
I
see
will
it. If I
walk
go
that
see it,
stadium
I'll
back.
go in IMAX for sure because that's the way to watch it. Hit me with Wish. So that came in at number 3
Overseas, it's at 46. So globally, it's at about 79 million
for Napoleon.
For Napoleon.
Okay, wow,
So
wow, it's
all right.
chugging.
It's getting there.
Okay.
Number 3 was Wish, but ever so barely beating Trolls' second weekend for the 3-day.
Wow.
3-day weekend, 19.5 million and 31.7 for the 5-day.
Okay, so pretty even with Napoleon, but somehow like under
But
by
under,
a couple mil.
Still,
Yeah.
shouldn't have been. This
No.
should have been.
That should do better than a Ridley Scott historical movie. Disney's 100th anniversary, 100 years of movies movie.
100 years.
100 years of
100
movies. 100 years Walt Disney, me and you. 100 years Wish 100-year movie.
Here's this. Here, I'll give you some things. Here's the 5-day total. Okay. Tangled came out in 2010, same time. It made, this is not adjusted for inflation, 68.7 million over the 5-day.
Wow.
Moana, 82 million over the 5-day.
Damn.
Frozen, the first one, 94 million.
Damn.
To give you some
Reference. Holy shit.
Encanto.
Yeah, I want to because that's more
Encanto
recent.
was over 40.
Wow. Okay. And that came out same time, like
Yeah.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Encanto did better. Yeah.
Strange World didn't get a theatrical release?
No, it did. It did 12 million. Strange World did not do good. This
Strange
did do
World was
better-
in theaters?
This did do better than Strange World last Thanksgiving, but that's not necessarily saying a lot.
No.
Globally, it did 17 million.
Strange World is probably the most forgettable movie Disney has made in the past 10 years. Genuinely.
It was pretty bad.
Raya is up there too.
Well, I think Raya's worse, honestly.
Raya I remember though because it's
Stranger looks better.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, 49 million globally for Wish, which did cost 200 million.
That's not good.
Global opening is 32% behind Moana, which opened at 273 million globally.
So a loss for Disney. It didn't take swings. Again, go check out. We did watch this one. Go check out our review for this. It is up. We gave it. I think we were pretty generous on it.
I think it's okay.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a bad movie.
They needed to swing though. They needed. It's their 100. And I keep saying it, but they promoted it. And they didn't say it ever. 100th anniversary movie. And they didn't take any swings. It's just like it's just the same movie.
Me and you were talking about this, and I think we came up with the best phrase. It was undercooked.
Yeah,
it needed another 6 months or so in the oven.
Mm-hmm.
Some tweaking.
Yeah, that's medium rare right there.
Seriously.
Yeah, I wanted a well done.
It was close to being. They needed to revise those songs.
Mm-hmm.
They needed to bring Lin-Manuel in.
This is rubbish. The Lin thing makes no sense. Hey, Lin, we're gonna use you for 5 movies in a row. And then on our 100th anniversary movie, you're not going to get a phone call.
The only reason I could see executives going, and they go, well, who you bring in instead? They go, well, the
Frozen,
the lady who did the Frozens. And they go,
so it's like,
okay,
all right,
fine.
All right, everybody.
So that's why I could see, but then it's like,
how about a team up?
That's what I'm saying. I don't
How about a fusion?
I don't understand.
Yeah. So that's box office.
Hold on, I just want to talk Trolls, because Trolls was number 4.
Yep.
It did 17.5 million. For the 3-day.
People keep commenting on our Trolls review that we posted like a month ago, because whatever, and they're like, it's nice to see some people who are actually positive on this movie.
It was a fun movie.
I'm like, did they change it by the time fucking
did we not? Yeah, did we get a different movie?
And everybody's like so negative on it. I'm like, I think that movie was promoted exactly what it was, where it's just like, NSYNC, new NSYNC song. That's why it's in the trailer 5 times, because they were like, this is what we're doing.
This is the movie.
So nobody get mad when you find out that's what we're doing.
Yeah, and I think
like, they just did NSYNC songs, and it's like, right.
And that's the problem I think that Wish has. They have they call it musical driven, not a musical movies. Like the Disney movies that will have 4 or 5 songs, but they're not musicals because they move the plot along. Trolls is the same. It's literally the same. It's song to the next thing.
But it's not song's position, though.
No, but it's the same musical-driven
plot
that needs to go from one to the thing, and we get there by song, but only 4 or 5 times.
Yeah. So, but that's built into the universe.
No, but it is. But I mean, so you got Disney's competing with Trolls.
Yeah.
Which is already a family kid, and there's way less baggage, and it's not like all of this extra stuff. Then you've got the Adam Sandler who can do no wrong right now.
Which is a musical.
Leo's a musical?
It's a musical. They're singing. It opens with all the kids singing a big musical number. He sings to the kids sometimes. They all have songs. It's a musical. It is straight up.
I did not know that.
Somehow, the Netflix Adam Sandler Lizard movie is better than Disney's 100th anniversary movie.
And a lot of people have been watching that. I think all that is the perfect storm.
Trolls, Leo. Leo is such an underdog movie that it's like, how is this good? How is this good? Bill Burr is the turtle, which I had like no idea.
Now I'm definitely in.
Right? Like, come on, man. Such a swing. And then you don't need to do anything with that. And then we should have taken those like chances, take risks, don't make the same thing.
Not to mention, what's going on with the marketing for Disney?
I don't know.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Like, hey, by the way, guys, our 100th anniversary movie comes out next week, and you're like,
what? Shouldn't you have been promoting this all year? Like, it makes no sense. And it's like they had to get it out this year. So maybe that's why it's undercooked. Because it's like, well, we can't get it up for the 101 anniversary because that wouldn't make any fucking sense.
Oh, God, you're not wrong. Real quick, we'll power through this and I'll be done. Thanksgiving held better than almost any horror movie. It only dropped 31% for the 3-day.
What?
It is. It's made $29 million
That's
globally.
Apparently an Eli Roth did a thing years ago, like with a bunch of trailers or like for movies in like a series of things, and like this was one of them that he like made into a full movie.
Right.
So maybe that's why. I think the beginning part is that little like short film that he made,
which
or
was
trailer,
awesome.
And then
then
like,
they made a
now
movie
we got to stretch it out and do an hour 45 minutes, and it's like, oh, that's weird.
That only cost $10 million to make.
Yeah.
And it's already at almost $30 million globally.
Wow.
So
okay.
That's made
money. Yeah.
And Marvels will be the last thing I'll get into because, you know,
Ooh.
It fell another 37%, which isn't bad, but like it lost all the steam from that second weekend, and it is only worldwide at where did it just go?
Monica Rambeau
187
is in
million.
the Ludachristmas movie as like the wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm like, interesting. I'm like, I guess you won't be showing up in future Marvel movies. So that's box office. I might just clip that as its own jam right there. I don't know. Maybe
Cinemagasm presents box office.
munching box office.